Hi everyone, Jonny Roven here, personal injury attorney. Today I want to briefly discuss falls at hospitals. Who's accountable for that? What's going on here? Very frequently people call me about falling at a hospital, and this doesn't just happen to the elderly. This happens to, lots of people that are fall risks. If a person comes in that's relatively weak and they're a fall risk, they can easily fall. I've had, several cases about this kind of stuff where, one person just can't stand up so well, but the nurses at a hospital or at a medical provider try to get that person up. They subsequently fall, fracture themselves. It just happens time and again. The elderly, when they're in a hospital and they're a fall risk and they're not properly monitored, they get up, try to walk themselves and end up falling. Falls, as a general rule, falls should not happen at hospitals. Right now, in these days, especially with the baby boomers aging and everything, there's a lot of people going through the hospitals, and hospitals may be underadequately staffed, understaffed, so that it's very difficult for them to go and operate effectively. But it's not an excuse to have a person become injured because they're not being properly monitored, certainly if they are fall risks. So who is responsible? Potentially the hospital is responsible, and potentially the attending physician is responsible. They all have duties of reasonable care. So if they let someone fall, certainly if they're on notice that a person is a fall risk, then they should be held accountable. One downside, many downsides, but one downside is that in California, in medical malpractice actions, pain and suffering is limited to $250,000, which may seem like a lot, but when a loved one passes away or when they're going to have a lifetime of pain, it's really very, very low amount. It was a bill that was passed. It was a law that was passed in the 70s for $250,000 pain and suffering, past and future, and has not been changed since. Sometimes it comes up for vote, but the insurance companies and their almost unlimited amount of money, right? With their lobbying and everything, it's just very difficult to overcome that and to get voters to vote to increase the pain and suffering amounts for medical malpractice. So certainly, back to what we're talking about, falls should not happen at hospitals. If your loved one experienced a fall, perhaps an elderly parent or something, then certainly you want to call someone who does that kind of work. It doesn't fall under normal slip and fall cases. Medical malpractice has different, it's a pretty different practice area with different types of rules. So you want to deal with someone who does medical malpractice and who has experience litigating these types of falls. I'm Jonny Roven, personal injury attorney, medical malpractice attorney. Give me a call anytime. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and take care.